Hi everyone, welcome to Story Time. We have a very funny book. It's called The Retired Kid. All right, let's see. It's hard. It's hard being a kid. First of all, there's school, and then there's soccer practice, and there's violin class, and there's voice lessons, and there's walking your dog, and babysitting your little sisters, and not to mention having to eat your vegetables. So one day, Graham decided to retire. It's been a wonderful 8 years, he said, but I need a break. His parents thought he was joking, so they threw him a retirement party. But Graham was serious. The next day, he flew to Florida, to the Happy Sunset Retirement Community. Oh, Happy Sunset was a lovely place. There was a swimming pool and tennis courts and a snack bar. Wow, thought Graham, I should have retired years ago. Happy Sunset was full of interesting people. There was Ethel and Wally and Tex and Myrtle and Phyllis, and there was Harvey. Harvey was a retired plumber. So what did you used to do? He asked Graham. I was a kid. A kid, said Harvey. That's hard work? Well, being retired was not hard work. There were card games, there was miniature golf, there were long afternoon naps. And some days, Harvey would take Graham fishing, or maybe they would go to a ball game, or sometimes to the movies. So what do you think, kid? He asked. Isn't retirement a blast? But Graham wasn't sure. Being retired means having to listen to Tex go on and on and on. It meant looking at hundreds of snapshots of Myrtle's grandchildren, or watching very long, boring shows on TV. There were other things too that were pretty good. Early morning yoga, knitting classes, weekly checkups. Oh, there was dancing, and there were smoothies that he got to drink, and not mentioning, what is he doing? He's jumping all over the furniture. How strange. Well, after 3 weeks of retirement, Graham was fed up. It's no use. I don't fit in. Listen, kid, said Harvey, when retirement gets you down, you have to think back to the good old days. The good old days? Never fails, said Harvey. So Graham found a quiet spot under a palm tree, and he thought back to the good old days. Very soon, he started remembering things, good things, like the time he scored a goal for his soccer team, the time he got a huge, great mark on his math test, and the time that he hit the perfect note on his violin. And he remembered singing and making his little sisters laugh and throwing Sparky a ball. He even remembered that broccoli was not so bad after all, especially if you covered it with cheddar cheese. So Graham made up his mind. Hey, Harvey, he said, I've decided to come out of retirement. Harvey was not surprised at all. I'm going to miss you, kid. And the next morning, Graham packed up his things. He wished everybody at the Happy Sunset the best, and he caught the first flight back home. Oh, his parents were so happy to see him. Oh, Rich and Claire and his sisters, Audrey and Lila, they were thrilled. And his teachers, and all of his pals. It's hard work being a kid, said Graham, but guess what? I love it. I love my job. And that's the end of the story. It's a funny story, wasn't it? I love the drawings, the illustrations. So now our birthday boy is Graham. Yes, it's Graham. Oh, we love Graham. And sure enough, I know, of course, that Audrey and Lila and Claire and Rich and Kathy and Kasha and Alex and baby Harry. Yes. And up in Marblehead, I'm sure that James and Anna and Maeve and Alex and Julia, I'm sure they all sang a beautiful, beautiful and Luke too, a happy birthday to Graham. And we are going to do that also. But first, we must know if it was chocolate or vanilla, the cake. Let's find out. The children have voted. All right, for chocolate, we have Molly and Alice, Jolene. We have Ben and Bee and Bevy and Henry. Yes, Riley. And we have the Schuyler sisters, Eliza and Peggy and Angelica. We have, for the vanilla, Akash and Bruce and Max and Jude and Zoe and Patrick and Teddy and Lulu, yes, and Sophia and her brother KJ, Harris and Maya. We have India and Marlo and Nora and Carson all the way from Pennsylvania. Yes, indeed. And I think, yes, from Tennessee, all over the nation. From Tennessee, we have Jack and Cole and Nora and Jackson. They all voted for vanilla. All right, so I don't know. What do you think about Graham, Audrey, and Lila? They usually vote vanilla, so I don't know. We'll let them vote. We'll put them in the vanilla category. I think that's it. Oh, yes, and of course, Rocky. Rocky's a good friend of Molly's, and she's been voting vanilla. Okay, let me count. I feel this is a vanilla cake coming up. Yes. Okay, we have 14 for chocolate. And yes, indeed, 18 for vanilla. So, Graham, you have a vanilla cake. Here we go. All right, are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Graham. Happy birthday to you. Okay. Thank you, cameraman Dan. Thank you, Oberon. Thank you. Yes, and thank you, Aaron Purr, too. Remember, I love you all very, very much.